Hi guys, welcome to my channel Vinyl Beauty, or welcome back. I'm Debbie if you don't know me. So I'm really excited for today's video because I'm finally going to be trying Bella Beauté Bar. Everyone talks about this brand so highly on YouTube, they're super hyped. Really quite expensive to buy though, and to get to the UK even more so. So it's a big decision to buy from the brand, but I really wanted to try them. So we've got the Strange and Unusual to play with today. I also own the Recently Do Influence, but I'll make a separate video with that. But I thought we'd start with this one today, and I've got a look in mind that I want to do. So without further ado, I'll bring you in closer and we'll get started. So this is the palette artwork. Clearly Beetlejuice inspired. I've just watched the movie, so it's what got me to think that I really want to film with this one. And this is the shades that we have to work with. As I say, this has been super hyped. I'm sure you've all seen this one if you watch beauty YouTube. But today what we're going to do is really challenge myself, because I want to use this shade because I'm wearing that shade on my nails and that's what inspired my look today. But I want to use the red, so I think I'm going to do a red crease but with that on the lid. So, and a bit of black to deepen up. So I'm going to be challenging myself a little bit in this one, but yeah, I think it could be a fun combination. So my face makeup's already done. I've primed with the MAC Soft Ochre paint pot, and I'm going to use some tape today because I want a nice crisp line if I can. I really need to buy some of this posh fancy tape that everybody else uses. I don't even know where you get it from, if I'm honest with you. So I'm going to go straight in with the shade Lydia, and I'm going to build that up quite high in my crease. I'm using that on a fluffy brush so that we get a nice blend with that, but then I'm going to deepen up and pack it on a bit more intense. So I'm starting high to low today, which I don't always do it that way, but today I thought I would. I thought it might help with the blend. I'll take things up, as I say, pretty high. Make this into a dramatic look. That's going on super nicely though. And this is a pretty fluffy brush, so you can see how pigmented this shade is. I know they reformulated this palette, and I've no idea if I've got the one with the reformulated mattes or not, because I've had the palette about 3 or 4 months. I'd missed the boat to film with it for last Halloween, obviously, because I only bought it a few months ago. And then I've just had so many other things to film with, so it kind of got lost, but I've been really excited to dip into it. I love a red eyeshadow. Haven't done red for a long time, but I wanted the freedom of the tape so that I can just liberally go a bit crazy with the shade and pack on as much as I want. I'm leaving this very front portion kind of bare because I'm going to do a matte white in a corner there. That's applying really nicely. I want to really start working a bit more intensity, and so I've swapped to a more dense and smaller brush so that I can go a bit lower but get a bit more intensity out of that red. It's a good red though, it's not turning pink. Trying to get reds that don't turn pink is quite difficult, and I'm quite fussy with my reds. It's quite a light red. I'm really looking forward to the more deep and intense reds that are in the A Nightmare on Elm Street collection. I bought the entire PR box bundle, so that will be probably a month away before they ship it. I think they're really backed up with shipping now, but I'm really excited for that. Right, I like how that's looking. I need to intensify it though, because I'm going to be using a black based blue multi-chrome on the lid, and I'll need something to blend that into. So we're going to go into this black shade. It's one of those with sparkles. It's got green sparkles, but I don't think we'll see them. The shade is called Adam. So I'm taking that just in this outer corner here, kind of an angle, and I am going to run that through the crease as well to really get some depth in the look. And it might be a case of going backwards and forwards between the red and the black until I've got the intensity there that I want. That's a nice black actually. Whenever they've got these sparkles in, you never see them on the eye, or very rarely unless you really pack them on, but it always makes them a lot more blendable. And I'm going back in with the Lydia shade now just to help with this blend between the the black and the red. Just working between the two until I'm happy. I think I'm happy now with the intensity between the red and the black, so I'm going to remove the tape. Always satisfying. And then I'm going to go very close to my lower lash line with the black shade, just to connect up here with what we've got on the outer corner. And then just with what's left of the red on the brush, I'm just going to lightly blend underneath, just so that we're echoing on the lower lash line what we've done in the upper lid. Okay, now I'm going to go in with NYX Glitter Primer over the majority of my lids, just overlapping the black. Just going to rock my head back a little just to carve out where I want the shimmers to go. And I'm going to take the Miss Argentina shade all over the lid. And it is just the same colour as my nail polish, which is what inspired the look today. It's quite a textured shimmer, but it is smoothing out quite nicely. It's really, really beautiful though. It's like blue tinfoil on the eyes. It's very, very reflective. For the inner corner, I just want to take the matte white in the palette, the shade Barbara. That's quite a good white as well. I'm not packing that on a white face, and that is quite bright. Okay, so that's the look to this point. Just going to clear up this bit of fallout I have here, put some in waterline, mascara and a lip, and I'll be back with you to show you the finished look. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. Finished it off with a Creme gel liner from Colourpop. This is in the shade Outer Space. Thought it was the perfect shade to echo that lid shade there. And then on my lips today, couldn't resist. I had to go in with Miss Argentina from Melt from the Beetlejuice collection from a few years ago. Really wanted something bright to match that red crease and really bring the look to life, and didn't want to be using a vampy lip. I've done so many looks with like dark vampy shades, which I do love, but it's just been a real change to use a red and bright lipstick today. So the palette, well, I had a lot of fun with this palette. I can't wait to play with it some more. I do find the shades are a little bit fallout heavy. I had quite a lot of glitter sparkles on my cheeks, and don't know if they're going to irritate my eyes. I'm a contact lens wearer with really sensitive eyes. I think I should have used the sticky side of my brush after I'd used my glitter primer. I always go with a different brush, but that might have helped with the fallout, because I did get a bit of fallout from that Miss Argentina shade, the shade on my lid. But I thought the red was a super, like, true vivid red, which I always appreciate. And the black was so easy to work with, no fallout from the black. Really happy with that one, blended really nicely. And it's just such a weird and unusual colour story. Strange and Unusual is a perfect name for this. And it's quite a challenging colour story, I think. Like, it's not that beginner friendly to kind of think of looks. I had to scratch my head a little bit and think, like, what am I going to do with this that's different? But I'm really happy with the way the look turned out. I want to do something with these grungy greens here. Where I struggle is where shades are multi-chromes, you never quite know what they're going to do once you've got them on the lid. So I think I want to use this Afterlife shade, but it's shifting sort of purples and golds and whatever. But this sort of quad here, I think next time I play with this palette could be really interesting. So I love that it's got a really nice super white, matte white for the inner corner. That actually shows up really nice and bright and white without a white base underneath. Yeah, I love how deep it will go, but how colourful it is. Yeah, really happy I added this to my collection. As I say, I do have the Recently De-Influenced as well, and I will be making a video with that. And I'll definitely be filming with this again because, yeah, I had a really good time with it. To get these palettes to the UK is a fortune. You can get them on Monolith EU, and that helps with the shipping cost, but the shipping's expensive. I think it was £25 to ship it, and they're not cheap palettes in the first place. I think it ended up costing me about £90 just for this one palette, which we're getting into Pat McGrath mothership territory there, you know, so it's a lot of money, but there's some very special reflective multi-chrome shades in here. I know they're expensive to produce, and I just really wanted to try the brand and see what all the hype was about. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed seeing the video and hope you like the look. Something a little bit different with the palette to what I've seen people do with it as well. I think a lot of people have used the greens and purples, really wanted to use the red, not done a red look for a long time. But anyway, thanks for watching guys. Hope you might consider subscribing before you go if you're new here. Hope you're having a lovely day or night wherever you are, and hopefully catch you in the next one. Bye guys.